Welcome to part 3 of creating my cosplay half mask out of Worbla. If you haven't checked out the other parts, I'll put a link to both those in the description box below. Alright, one thing I don't or haven't shown before in my videos is how I put the mask on the mannequin head and how I take it off. So since I take it off for each step, to reapply it, I just heat up the Worbla some and press it against the mannequin head. So I just kind of go over the whole thing, and that'll pretty much reattach it. So now I'm going to go ahead, I want to bulk up some of the areas of the mask. I wanted the chin to stick out a little bit more, and there's a few other areas I just wanted to add a little bit more Worbla to before I finish sculpting this. Now that I've got the mask pretty much how I want it as far as the shape and thickness, I'm going to go ahead and cut up some strips of Worbla that I'm going to use to make some veins on the mask. Instead of showing the entire sculpting process, I thought it'd be good just to kind of show you examples of each step. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a few of these made up, and then I will jump to the next section. You can see on the left all the veins I have made up for the mask. I do have a few longer ones and then some medium length ones and some shorter ones, and you'll kind of see how I apply those to the mask. So I'll go ahead and kind of show how this is done for a few of these, and like with the creation of the veins, I will skip on to the next step. The veins are all done. Now the last thing I want to do on the mask is create a kind of a rim around it. And so I went ahead and measured out my Worbla here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it into strips. And the main reason of measuring it out, so hopefully the rim is about the same thickness all the way around. I know working with Worbla it's not going to be exact, but at least it'll give me a good foundation to start with on this. And I ended up cutting way more than I needed, but one thing I've learned when doing any sculpture or any kind of art project, it's always better to have too much than not enough of something. So I will, you know, be able to use that Worbla for something else when I'm done here. Once the Worbla has completely cooled, I can go ahead and take the mask off the mannequin face. I've never shown how this is done before, so I want to go ahead and give an example of that. And as you can see there, the mask just went flying off of the mannequin head onto the floor. So I'll get that picked up and on to the next step. So here I'm just going to heat up the mask and stretch it out a bit so it fits my face a little bit better. The mannequin head's a lot more narrow than my face. Now once that step is done, I can go ahead and add a couple pieces of Worbla to make a section for the cord to go through. To give myself a little bit of a loop area, I went ahead and put a paintbrush in there and put the Worbla over that, and that'll give me that indention or a little, you know, tube area to run the cord through. One thing you want to make sure to do is before you remove the paintbrush, make sure that Worbla is completely cooled. If you try to pull it out before it's cooled, it's going to want to try to rip it or bend it, you know, and distort it. And it's just better to wait the few minutes, let it be completely cooled, and it should come out with no problem at all. So I've let those cooled. I got those paintbrushes out of there. Then I have this cord. I got it at Hobby Lobby a long time ago for some other projects. I have kind of a drawer full of just different cords and stuff. And I'll go ahead and attach it, and that way I can at least test the mask out. Alright, so that wraps up part 3 of my sculpting videos for my Worbla half mask for my cosplay. On part 4, I will have ready for you next week, and I will get the painting done on this. So I'll go through the painting process and see what it takes to finish up this mask. Alright, let's go ahead and get it off of here so I can try it on. I will say the only thing I'm not happy with at the moment is the little loops or attachments I did for the cord. The cord's fine, it's a kind of an elastic cord, so it has some give to it, but these stick out way too far than they need to. So before I paint it, or at least before I finish it off, I will go ahead and maybe close those up a little bit just so they're not sticking out so far. I'm not going to paint the inside. I am going to get some foam, get some like craft foam, and put it on the inside and make it a little bit more comfortable. It's actually not too bad, but that way I can kind of cover up these. I mean, even after they're smaller, I still don't want them digging into my face if I'm going to wear it for a while. So let's go ahead and try it on. All right. Seems to fit pretty good. I'm not sure if I want the strap here or not. It's a little loose for here, but it's too tight if I have it above my ears. And I don't want it digging into my ears. It's, you know, kind of painful. But this will work for now. Go ahead and get that off. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Leave me some comments, give me some input. And also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and stay tuned so you can check out the video next week of hopefully the finished cosplay half mask out of Worbla. All right, thanks for watching, and never stop creating. Bye.